Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So a lot has happened, and as we all know by now, as you guys know, Harry has finally departed from the UK. So he's wrapped up his 4-day faux royal tour, and he's finally given us the break that us Brits want, deserve, and need from his presence. So Harry is gone. And before I get into that, I just wanted to send my love, thoughts, and prayers and well wishes to the family of a very young man who was lost far too soon, whose life has brutally been wrenched from under his feet, age 31-year-old Charlie Kirk. A lot of people, of course, have covered him across social media. I have never really voiced my political stance, but I do tend to side more on the right wing of the fence. I do really think that his passing and the way in which he was brutally taken from us is very representative of the suppression of the left wing movement. So I just want to share my thoughts and prayers and send my well wishes to his family. Now, before I go on and on about Harry and all of the terrible things that he's been up to, and I have a lot of insights actually as to what exactly is happening with him financially, I just wanted to highlight that, like a lot of Brits in the UK currently, I feel extremely betrayed by my king. King Charles III, as everybody has expressed on various parts of social media, he has really let us down. He really has. I personally was rooting for the king to have a solid reign, as difficult as it was when he assumed the throne, in as much as he's had a very difficult start with the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, and then, of course, having a wayward son like Harry. He's had an extremely difficult time, and then his health hasn't been the best. But I just think at this point it's kind of embarrassing, and he's making me, as a British citizen, question his authority and his ability to effectively lead the monarchy forward. I don't know what he's doing. I personally think that if he was to have had this meeting with Harry, or he felt as though it was necessary to give in to the demands of his son, who has shown nothing but disdain for the institution, nothing but betrayal, he should have done it in a private capacity. I really just think that it's an embarrassment on his behalf to have had this meeting broadcast everywhere. Now, a lot of sources have leaked that the meeting wasn't even 55 minutes. It was a grand sum of 24 minutes. Regardless of how long the meeting was, the general British public shouldn't have been made aware of this, because a lot of people genuinely do feel let down by Charles with this latest move. Harry has shown nothing but deceit and betrayal towards the UK and a lack of gratitude. Now, my sources have leaked that this was literally all about money. He went there with the focus and determination and demands, coupled with his wife Meghan, who joined on a Skype call, at least that's what my sources have said, to get money. 500 million pounds to be exact. Whether he got it or not, only time will tell, but that is the word out there that is circling around on social media. But let me talk about Catherine. So Catherine made a lovely appearance today, and she actually went to a Suffolk silk mill today, and she looked fantastic. There's been a lot of chatter, as I've said, about her hair and so on and so forth. She seems to have darkened her roots. I personally think it's just a fluctuation in lighting. If she has highlighted the top part of her hair, now she's wearing it off of her face. Obviously, her darker roots are shining through. either way, she looks fantastic. She's in good health, and that's all I really care about, that she's well and she's happy and she's safe and she's thriving, because she's had a turbulent time. So she went to a silk mill called Marina Mills. It's a British family-run business that specializes in hand designing and screen printing furnished fabrics. So allegedly, this business has actually supplied the Waleses' home, and they do a lot of pieces for royal residences, including Buckingham Palace and so on and so forth. Her hair was down, and of course, everyone's still talking about it. She paired her sleeked back, well, kind of like relaxed blonde tresses with a sartorial display of a plaid print, a blazer that was £85, and she paired that with a pair of trousers from Bella Freud that retail for £525. She was all smiles, and she always is. She looks very happy to be out there, and she was greeted by loads and loads of really excited kids who were waving their Union Jacks as she approached the mill. And she had a few intimate words with the kids, and it was lovely to see. She's looking happy and healthy, of course, and she's not allowing the negative dark cloud, who we know was more than happy to go on a public center stage and brand her a nasty racist, along with his wife, who essentially tried to imply that she was a racist, that she made her cry, and blah, 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 blah. She's gotten through it, and she's been through a lot. So her appearance was a dramatic, stark contrast to Harry's final appearance, which he made today, roughly at the same time, at a venue in central London for the Diana Awards. The Diana Awards ceremony and organisation has been running for over 25 years now, and he was pictured walking into the ceremonial building with the CEO, and he was greeted by a Dr. Tessie Ojo, who's the CEO, and a lady called Karen Pavlin. Now, from what I gauged, she is a part of the organisation. They both are, but the Karen Pavlin woman kind of, I don't know, there was a bit of a frostiness there. Now, she had an American accent, and my mum watched it, and we were like, she's kind of similar to Meghan. But Harry was definitely giving off frosty vibes. Now, a lot of people are saying that when he went into Clarence's house, he was very happy and he was on cloud nine, which we all saw at the Well Child Awards ceremony. Harry was over the moon, wasn't he? And when he came out, he was kind of solemn. That carried through. Now, my personal opinion of it is that, judging by his body language, he looked very pensive, and he didn't look as though he was really excited that his royal tour has come to an end. And he looked somewhat subdued. Stark contrast. I'm going to play a clip here of his performance at the Well Child Awards ceremony, and all of his engagement and body language with the guests there compared to the Diana Awards ceremony. He definitely looked like he had a lot going on. But more than that, what I really got from this was the words that he actually said. So he gave a little speech. I'm not really going to get into that because I don't think it was that telling. But what really struck me was his after speech, which I thought was quite interesting and quite revealing. So in the Daily Star, they printed what he actually said after his speech. The Duke delivered an impromptu address from his chair to the panel declaring, "Thank you all for being here. I don't know how you were as individuals, all of you 5 or 10 years ago, pre-Diana Awards, but to see you sitting up here now with the confidence you have, speaking to a complete group of strangers is proof of the fact that this whole thing does work. Every single Diana awardee, in every single young person and middle-aged person, and probably old people as well, Our mental health and our emotional health through our nervous system is being tested every single day. And this proven model of being engaged with or finding your purpose with social action, it really does work. You guys are testament to that. Otherwise, you're sitting there feeling hopeless. You have the hope. My point is that if you are a young person, it can sometimes feel as though you're lost and separated from a group and you feel isolated. But I can assure you that there's nothing wrong with you. The Duke of Sussex's representative indicated the UK visit had been successful. He's obviously loved being back in the UK, catching up with old friends, colleagues, and just generally being able to support the incredible work of the causes that mean so much to him. What jumped out to me is the words feeling isolated. Now, to my knowledge, Harry did not meet up with any friends. A lot of friends have been frozen out, including cousins such as Princess Eugenie and Beatrice. He had a very close bond with Eugenie pre-Meghan, and he actually spent some special times and moments with Meghan and Eugenie. They shared moments together across social media. I'll find the pictures and put them here at one given point. But Eugenie was frozen out after it was leaked to the press that she attended a pub lunch with Piers Morgan. He actually said this on his channel. Harry got wind of it, found out that she was talking to Piers Morgan on a one-on-one basis. Meghan obviously hates Piers Morgan. She throws him out, and then Harry throws his cousin out. This is after he's cut off Skippy and all of his old friends from Eton. Just a complete mess. So what friends could he have possibly visited when he has none left? And the ones that he did have, he's let them down substantially over the last 5 years. This was published by Shooter Scoop, and it was titled Prince Harry Checks into London Hotel as Charity Picks Up the Tab. So allegedly, this whole trip was paid for by his charity. This whole thing was just business. So I quote, Prince Harry's September return to London came with a surprise twist. He didn't stay with family or friends as we already knew. Instead, the Duke of Sussex checked into the Royal Lancaster Hotel with his charity quietly covering the cost. Now, I shared in my previous video that it was the Ritz Hotel. He actually swapped accommodation on the third night because he was paranoid. And we know that Harry is extremely paranoid about his safety and security. So different details have been leaked from different sources. This is a direct leak from a Palisade, which they're now more at liberty to share now that he's gone, and it's safer to share exactly where he was located. So he checked into the Royal Lancaster with his charity quietly covering the cost. It says everything One Palisade tells Shooter Scoop. He could have stayed at a royal residence. He didn't. He booked into a hotel like a visiting executive. Sources confirm his charity handled flights, hotel, security. It was business purely tied to the charity. So all of this kerfuffle about him reuniting with his family, talking to his friends, being happy to be back, blah, 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 is, I mean, how much truth really is in it? The truth of the matter is that Harry came here for one thing and one thing only. That's money. And possibly to broker a favourable return if things continue to go abysmally over in America, with Meghan not being able to make any money and designers not wanting to dress her and them forfeiting on their payments to debtors. As I said in another video, Meghan is always talking about bills, bills, bills. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobiles? If you can't, then anyway, I'll be back with another video, guys. Take care.